to almost ending Christina Aguilera's blooming career, to making sure that Machine Gun Kelly never picks up a mic again, here's what Eminem did to his biggest enemies.
The real Slim Shady spared no one. I mean, think back to some of his greatest feuds of all time. From Everlasting Ja Rule to Insane Clown Posse and MGK, there's an obvious reason why he's the rap god. We're closing in on 30 years of Eminem being a megastar, and throughout that journey, he's managed to obliterate the careers of anyone who stood in his way. Yet, people don't seem to get it. You can't expect to mess with Eminem and leave unscathed. Interestingly enough, one of his first major feuds was with Christina Aguilera. There's a lot of he said, she said surrounding this one, actually. Some people still like to think that Eminem had a crush on the music icon and was offended when she made an off-the-cuff comment about his personal life. You can tell this was a popular feud because it's still being talked about to this day, 20 years later. So, what happened? The year's 2000 and Christina's filming for her MTV show, What a Girl Wants. One day, for apparently no reason, she decides to reveal that Eminem's married. In fact, he'd been married to the same woman he'd allegedly rapped about murdering, Kim Mathers. Kim came at a time when Eminem and his then-girlfriend were going through some problems, and she was allegedly keeping him from seeing their daughter, Haley. The explicit song was controversial, to put it lightly, and didn't fare well with a lot of people, including Christina. So when she found out that Kim hadn't just forgiven him, but married him too, she let out a backhanded congrats to the newlyweds, while also stating that physical abuse should never be tolerated. This triggered a domino effect, and they're still falling one by one. Eminem immediately gave an interview where he called Christina some pretty choice words, and even gave her a shout out in his song Off the Wall. In response, Christina released Real Slim Shady Please Shut Up, a song that didn't make history. Off the Wall did. Anyway, their feud had gotten to the point that Christina refused to acknowledge the rapper, even as she was presenting him with an award at the MTV Awards in 2002. Something that many people still believe is that it was a setup to shoot up ratings. Well, it worked. It was actually at the same event that the two allegedly hugged it out and buried the hatchet. Debatable, really. Sources close to Christina claim she'll never forgive the rapper for claiming that she gave him an infectious disease in his songs. Eminem went for the queen next and name-called Mariah Carey in several of his songs, to which Mariah responded with one lyric on Clown. Ouch. Apparently, the feud began after the All I Want for Christmas singer refused to acknowledge their relationship, to which Eminem started responding by playing Mariah's voice messages at his live concerts. Mariah had been relatively quiet up until this point, but she released her secret weapon, Obsessed, where she all but called the rapper insane. Obviously, Eminem had to send back a warning by literally releasing the song Warning. Ironically, his feud with Mariah also kicked off a feud with her ex-husband, Nick Cannon. And Will Smith has hopped on that wagon too. The Fresh Prince actor's known to dabble into music from time to time and has released some of the greatest songs of all time, including Miami, which is actually what this feud is sort of about. So Miami beat Eminem's My Name Is at the MTV Music Awards in 1998. It wasn't that Eminem was a sore loser. It was that Will went out of his way to diss the rapper in his acceptance speech. That's right, he went up on stage and claimed that the win was proof that you didn't need to swear to make a good song. The actor's passive remark was met with an all-offensive rap on one of Eminem's best-selling raps of all time, the Real Slim Shady Marshall Mathers LP. Apparently, Will's still bitter over the whole thing. For his part, though, Eminem's forgotten all about it. The one person he'll never forgive, though, is Everlast. And that's because Everlast crossed a line. Look, Eminem's beefed with just about everyone out there, including Cage, an undercover rapper who claimed Slim Shady had plagiarized his work. The rapper let Cage have his moment in the sun with a feature in Role Models, but didn't indulge in the feud any further. That's the thing, he didn't have to, and he didn't want to get into unnecessary feuds. Still, everyone wanted a piece of Marshall Mathers, and Everlast knew just what to say to push his buttons. It was rumored that Everlast had been plotting since Eminem had allegedly treated him badly backstage at a concert in 1999. He eventually let it all out on Eardrums Pop, where he didn't just name the rapper, but also his daughter. That was the war call, basically. And Eminem poked fun at Everlast's age and heart issues on I Remember, which was followed by Everlast's Whitey's Revenge. It went back and forth for a while with scathing interviews and not so subtle disses, but ultimately ended when Eminem released Quitter in the year 2000. The track was solely dedicated to Everlast, and people name-called him for being a sellout, trading rap for country music, and a whole list of insults so creative only Eminem could have thought of them. While Everlast had it coming, Eminem was the one who started a feud with ICP. It all started in 1997, when Insane Clown Posse was featured on tour with Eminem. However, instead of writing just that on the flyers, they were printed out as saying, "Special appearance by Insane Clown Posse, maybe." The duo didn't take kindly to the subtle shade and claimed that Eminem was being childish. In response, the rapper dissed them on not one, not two, but 3 tracks. Yup, Till Hell Freezes Over, Get You Mad, and Drastic Measures all have not-so-subtle ICP references in them. 85, Bucks an Hour, and My Homie Baby Mama, Please Don't Hate Me, were ICP's direct attacks on Eminem. In case you didn't catch on, the Homie Baby Mama was supposed to be Mrs. Mathers. As explosive as their feud was, it was eventually settled with a bowling match. In 2009's 3 AM, Eminem complimented ICP and went on to claim that he had immense respect for the duo. Just like that, one of Slim Shady's most famous feuds was with Ja Rule. Here's a little known fact for you. Eminem was actually caught in the crossfire between Ja Rule and 50 Cent's feud when the whole thing started. The 2 rappers had a feud that went back years, and Eminem was on Ja Rule's hit list when he signed 50 Cent to Shady Records. This angered Ja Rule, and he decided the best way to get revenge was to name-call Haley in Loose Change. Honestly, if there's one thing everyone needs to get by now, it's that Eminem doesn't hold back when his daughter's being dragged for no reason. This triggered one of the most prolific feuds in rap history. Loose Change was followed by Do Re Mi, Haley's Revenge. The 2 bickered for a while, but it was obvious that Ja Rule was going nowhere, and the only way Eminem was going was up. Eminem destroyed his rival's career, or at least that's what everyone's been saying. Ja Rule's career spiraled, and Eminem made sure to pull the trigger one last time in Toy Soldiers. While we're on the topic anyway, everyone's heard of Kill Shot. Not only is it a lyrical masterpiece, but the backstory it holds makes it all the more exciting. For the millionth time now, don't come after Haley Jade. Now, unlike Ja Rule and Everlast, MGK claimed he meant no disrespect in a resurfaced tweet where he was seen thirsting over Eminem's daughter. He even went on to literally write, "In the most respectful way possible, 'cause M is king." Eminem actually didn't respond to the tweet or even acknowledge it. Many people believe that MGK tried to use that tweet to start a rap war and get his records to fly off the shelves. Frankly, a rap war with Eminem might just be the best thing anyone could do for their careers. It could also be the worst thing though, and MGK learned that the hard way. When Eminem didn't respond to his tweet, the My Ex's best friend rapper claimed that he was being blacklisted from record labels because of the rap god himself and started dissing him publicly. Eminem decided to give the young rapper what he was looking for and featured a diss aimed at MGK in Not Alike. Again, it looked like MGK was waiting for this moment, because for the first time in history, someone actually had Eminem breaking a sweat. Rap Devil was released in 2018 to a positive reception, and everyone was looking at Eminem to give the sort of response he's known for. Well, the man delivered. Kill Shot was one of the most popular songs of the decade, and it reinforced the fact we'd already known: Eminem is and always will be the king. Anyway, from almost ending Christina Aguilera's blooming career to making sure MGK never picks up a mic again, that's what Eminem did to his biggest enemies.